Where were you emotionally and physically before joining the AZFIT program? What was the struggle?
I had gained a lot of weight in the last few years before joining. So I actually am a breast cancer survivor and I had some breast cancer treatments that put me in kind of an early menopause. And I was just amazed at the body changes and how quickly the weight gain came. And to the point where I sometimes would look up in the mirror and or like look at pictures and say, oh, I almost don't recognize that person. And
Wow.
I would try different things like intermittent fasting. I would work out pretty regularly, and it just seemed like to never really work. So I thought maybe that's just what it is, right? Like I
Right.
probably never get to this to my previous like weight before again. And I just also just bought some bigger clothes, and decided like,
Just
well, this
giving
might
up.
be the new, yeah, this might be the new normal. So and then you hear like, oh yeah, menopause, weight gain is normal and it's so hard to lose the weight. Um and then in my Instagram, I saw so many posts about apparently you have to be able to get up from the floor when you sit crisscross applesauce. You have to
Yeah.
be able to get up from the floor without using your hands. And that shows like how kind of strong you are and how like fit you are. And that has something to do about like longevity, your muscle, integrity in some way. So I used to do that. I tried to do it and like I could not. I just couldn't get up. Like I had to go on my hands and knees and then get up. And so I was like, wow, I'm also kind of weaker, right? Like, so,
Right.
and just less energy. So, and then I saw a few posts from NAs and kind of a couple recipes. And at some point I decided to give it a try.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for sharing that. I'm
Yeah,
sorry you had to go through that as well, and I'm glad that you were able to connect with us so that we can set you on a better path for your future.
definitely. Definitely.
On that note, what was the biggest accomplishment from joining the AZFIT program?
I think it's really a reset. It's not just so I lost I want to say 12 pounds actually, and I think
Yep.
4 inches around my waist, right? Like 4 inches
Unbelievable.
around my
Yes.
hip. Yeah, it was really so I just look back, I fit back into my old clothes and which that's amazing. And I feel like I
Yeah.
look better, but I move better. Um I feel like I carry myself differently. And I noticed yeah, it's about the looks and the way you look in your clothes, whatever, but I can just do things easier. So we had a food drive recently, right? And I was carrying pins and like
Oh,
some guy
nice.
came up and was like, oh, can I help you with this? And I was like,
I
sure.
got
So I
it.
gave it to him and he's like, oh. And I realized I got really strong, like I just was kind of carrying it and he just assumed, he
Amazing.
was like, let me help you with this, and he was like, this can't be so heavy. And then he carried it and he was like trying hard not to show it. But I was like, I think I got really strong. So it's like a functional thing, I feel like I
Absolutely.
can do more things, just because I'm just stronger, So it's like even like, carrying suitcases, carrying groceries, running around like in my daily life. So it's really all of that. So it's a functional reset in addition to just like better looks.
I love that. That's amazing. It's something that we all focus on is the to start with. There's always that initial draw to it of trying to look better, but you don't realize how much more simplicity comes with having strength in everything that you do in a day, right? And it really is the thing that makes the most difference to our
Yeah.
lives. So I'm so
And
glad that you were experiencing that.
yeah, and I think long term too, right? Like, so we lose muscle after like a
Yep.
certain age, right? And during menopause. And I think this is like more like I always said to you, I view it as a longevity kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
it's more like an investment. It's expensive, right? It's not, or like it's not, it's 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 an investment, right? But I see it
Yep.
as an investment
Absolutely.
into my like really long term future. And like, compared to the cost of poor health and
Yes.
needing a home health aide when I'm like in my 70s or 80s, right? Like I view this as keeping me out of a nursing home, like in old age, right? Like, and that starts now with
100%.
the bone density, we have to work on it now. The muscle strength, right? We have to work on it now. So, and one thing I also noticed is it's like a metabolic reset. So we had Thanksgiving yesterday in America here. and I know you're
Yes.
in Canada. So,
Yeah.
and part of me, so part of me, I just ate, whatever I wanted because I was like, it's fine, like I just got
Yes.
back to my program and my routine tomorrow. It's like if I gain a pound, I lose it again, it's no big deal. I know how. But also, I think a year or two ago, if I had all this pie in my house, I would have had to like eat a lot of it. And now I'm like, I had some and I enjoyed it, but it's not this like, I don't have this need to keep eating that sweet. I lost a little bit of that sweet tooth. So I feel like it's a metabolism change.
That's fantastic. The other
Yeah.
thing is when you have your sweetness come from fruit as your primary source and you're not having refined sugar, when you have something that has sugar in it, you are somewhat surprised at how sweet these things can
Yes.
really be. And you feel like you've already gotten your treats essentially from your smoothies and your flavored yogurts that you mix with fruit and just
Hmm.
your dessert becomes healthy and
Yes.
then it's guilt free and that's the way that it should be enjoyed so that when
Hmm.
you do have something you don't want an abundance of it and I think that's a really important thing to learn. It
Yeah,
gives
that's
everybody
really.
a better sense of balance on how to eat without having that guilt that would have come from it before, where you know that you're going to work that off.
Mhm.
It's Thanksgiving. It's once a year,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
And again, like I didn't have the same urge to like completely overeat, but like also knew whatever happens, I don't have to worry about it. It's just I'm gonna go back to my routine. I had the plan ready for me the next day, right?
love it.
And especially the workout plan. So I knew I was just gonna go back to it and fine. I might even have like maybe another little piece of pie today. It doesn't matter. Like I'm not gonna this is not
Right.
gonna be my new routine, like.
Yes, you're not just going to go right
But
back
like
to
it's
start
like
eating pie.
Thanksgiving, Christmas tree. I just don't feel like I have to deprive myself like forever. I can never see pie again or even think the word chocolate, So
Yes,
um
that would be a
yeah.
sad world.
Yes.
Yes, no one should ever deprive themselves of
Yeah.
things that they enjoy. It's just a matter of learning how to have it in moderation.
Yeah. And I think like there is like that metabolic reset that you guys talk about.
Yep,
When your body learns like my body, I feel like craves different things now than it used to before I
that's
started the
amazing.
program. Yeah.
So happy to hear it. That's great. That'll set you up for long-term success for sure.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay, so the next question is, what were the steps we implemented that you will take with you moving forward?
I think I learned a lot from the meal plans, just like the proportions, the portion sizes, and what makes a good meal, and kind of like the macro tracking. I'm not crazy about the fiber. I'm mostly focusing on protein, and I just know kind
Okay.
of what foods to pick, even on a buffet. Like I kind of, or like when I go out to eat, I kind of know what to prioritize in a restaurant. And it's usually good food. It's usually better for you anyway, right? And
Yep.
it's usually a healthier option. And I know what to look for. And I think just that I will definitely carry forward. Also, the meal prep, I think, is huge. Just having
Yes.
your breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks all prepped so you don't have to rummage
Think
around in
about
the
it.
fridge. Yeah, and yeah, it makes a huge difference. Like there's not this much, let me just grab a bag of chips or something, because everything is kind of prepped. So I think I'll carry that forward.
Excellent.
Yeah. And of course the exercises, like focusing on lifting rather than cardio, like really the lifting, doing it pretty heavy, 4 times a week, 5 times a week maybe. I think I'll keep that going.
Excellent. Happy to hear it. I am really
Mhm.
happy to know that you will carry that forward, and I have no doubt that you will.
Yeah.
You've done so well that I know you're going to be doing this for the rest of your days now, which is
Yeah.
fantastic. Makes me
Yeah.
very happy for you.
Yeah, thank you. It's like it's been really great, and you guys have been great with advice all along, when I had questions about any of it. So,
Good. That's what we're here for. We want to set you up for success.
mhm.
What would you tell somebody who's on the fence about joining the program?
I think it's really worthwhile. So I think there are a lot of courses on Instagram, and sometimes you don't know what is real, and I think this is
Yeah,
real. I think you guys you're really sincere in like really wanting people to succeed. And it's like the setup is that you have the app and the meal plan, but then I also have you kind of at the elbow support, right? Like, so I remember
Right.
one time I was going away for a long weekend and I said, well, you know, we always go to this restaurant. I know we'll eat here once or twice. Like, what would you pick? And you just looked at the menu and you were like, oh, you can like choose this, you know, this is probably your best option, like maybe this, but like I would probably. And so I felt even with those questions, I could always come to you guys if I had a workout question, a food question, anything. And you answer quick, you know, like you guys are like right there, you, like get right back to your clients, you know. So it's not that you just download something and then you're on your own. It's like really support, like by real people, you know, who really care. I think you guys really care about
We do,
the
yes.
support. Yeah. And I think it's really high quality information. And I think it's really worthwhile. So it's not a gimmick. It's not fake. It's like real people giving, you know, real support, high quality information. And again, it like sets you up for the future. So it's not something that you have to stop and then everything will go back to zero, you know.
Right.
Mhm.
Absolutely. We want to teach you how to do things for yourself so that you are set for life.
Yeah, I think you really do that, and it's pretty apparent in the program how you kind of set it up, and again, like the way you guys are responsive, you know, and what I also, you know, that you're really invested in client success. So I was traveling a lot for family and
Yeah,
then for work, right? And at the
absolutely.
beginning, you guys, and I said, well, we will pause the program, and you did, you know. So actually, I never felt like, oh, I got cheated out of like 3 weeks or whatever because I was traveling and I couldn't implement it. It was just like, no, that was then added. But while I was away, I was able to kind of implement, I had that knowledge, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of was able to implement like the food things. And, when there was a gym available, I knew kind of what to do. I would go back to my exercise from last week and just do those, you know, so I could kind of maintain what I had learned before. And then the next week we would start again. So it felt like a really good investment because you guys make sure that people really get that their time worth. So even if you go on vacation for 2 weeks or the holiday time is coming, if there's a time when people really can't do the program,
Right.
it's
Life
okay to
happens
interrupt. Yeah,
sometimes.
and it's really, and I think that's also huge. Yeah,
Good. Yeah. So we definitely want everybody to get their full investment out of it. And life happens,
definitely.
right? People have weddings, people have funerals, things happen. So we
Yeah.
want you to have the full support and the full program
Yeah.
all,
And I
all
thought,
done.
should I even get started? Because I knew I would travel, right? And then I was like, oh,
Right.
maybe I'll start after. But it was really good to start before because as I said, like I had some knowledge then of a few weeks going into the vacation and
Yeah.
could carry it forward. And because I was able to pause while I was away, it was fantastic. Really felt I got like the program and then some real life scenarios and then back to the program, and then some. So it was really good that way.
Yeah. We were able to talk about your snacks before you
Yes,
went and
yeah,
how you would eat
exactly.
and what to pack. And
Exactly.
I
That
mean,
was
you came
huge.
back and I think you had lost weight while you were on vacation. Like
Yep. We moved a
it
lot.
was so impressive. You did your workouts on your own. You had an idea what
Hmm.
to do.
Hmm. Yep.
Talked about the gym
And
in your facility or in your
yeah, that was exactly
hotel.
true.
And
I think I sent you pictures, right? Like
yeah,
once or twice of the gym, and you're like, oh, you
yeah,
can do these exercises. That was so generous, actually. And I felt like you guys are so generous with your time and advice always. And that was really nice, right? Because I was on break, but it wasn't like, we will not talk to you. Don't
right.
email
Yeah,
us. We are away.
exactly.
Like it wasn't like that at all. You're like, oh, send me a picture of the gym and and then you give me some advice what to do. It was great.
Yeah,
And I remember we spoke about our snacks. Yeah, like my snacks to like pack on the plane and what to take with me, right? So, and it
yeah,
wasn't like bring your protein powder and all your supplements and one suitcase has to be
yeah.
just the like it wasn't like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing with fitness and health, right? We need to travel. We have lives. We are going to do things, but it's a matter of being able to go without worrying that it's going to set you back in your
Yeah,
fitness journey or your health journey. A vacation is just a vacation. You're just in a different
right.
spot, but you're still
Yeah,
going to eat. You still have the ability to train. You still have your You know, you can still go for walks. You still got a lot of steps you can get in. A lot of people do get a lot of steps. So if
Hmm.
done well, people come back like you and actually have lost weight while they're on vacation. So
Yeah.
something that caused you stress, you actually succeeded at it. And now you know how to do that, which is fantastic.
Yeah, no, that was so helpful. So yeah, I was really on the fence joining before I had something coming up, and I'm glad that I joined when I did and didn't
Me
wait until
too.
my life was perfect. I had,
Yes.
4 months just like completely free. It was really good to just join in the middle
Yeah.
of kind of chaos, which was great.
I think that's almost the best way for people to join because a lot of people were always, if you wait for the perfect time, you're never going to start. You know, there's
Exactly.
there's no such thing as the right Monday. It's you just have to start, put one foot
Hmm.
after the other, get
Yeah,
started, and transform your life. It's something you can do progressively as you are living your life and things are happening. And yeah,
definitely, definitely.
teach you how
I
to
think
go
even
about
before
that.
the holidays, I think it's worth even starting before the holidays, honestly. And not saying, okay, I'm gonna like gorge my way through Christmas and then I'm gonna start, right? Like I think
Right.
it's really actually, which is like probably something I would have thought, before I started. And now I'm glad that, as I said, I'm glad I started when I did. I thought I would have to wait for the perfect time, but yeah, it's really not necessary.
100%.
Hmm.
Is there anything else that you would like to share?
I'm glad I did this. I will venture out on my own after this program is done. I might rejoin in the future. I think it's really, I think this was money really well spent,
Good.
incredibly well spent. I've taken courses in the past where I came out and thought, you know, was this really worth it? But this was
Yes.
really, really worth it. I've recommended it to multiple people. I'm happy to talk to anybody who asks me about my health journey, about it, um, and I think I think you guys are legit. I think you guys know what you're doing. I think you guys are sincere. It's not a scam. It's not anything. And you bring real results to people. Like I didn't think I could be this strong, honestly. And this, you know, um, back into my old clothes, but also just feeling like I feel just functionally better, just like
Good.
I have more energy, more stamina, and I'm more flexible, actually, weirdly, which there was no real stretching program in there, like other than the warm
No.
up and the cool down, but like somehow I'm more mobile. I don't know why, but I think it's all from like, getting the muscles back in order and
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah,
And you're much stronger than you
yeah,
realized you were from day one,
absolutely. And
lifting
I can't.
lifting weights you never would have dreamed you were lifting.
No, I was like,
So
I did
proud of
like
your
a group
success
exercise.
there.
Thank you. I did like a group exercise class with my friend, and she was like, just like looking at me. She's like, "What are you doing?" Because I think I was curling tens, and she's like, "What are you doing?" I had not mentioned to her that I like, we hadn't exercised together in like ever, I think, and I don't think she knew. The other thing is that with the lifting, sometimes people say, "Oh, but I'll be so bulky." But I think
Yes.
it's like impossible for girls to get really bulky.
Oh,
I
it's
mean,
a
like even
challenge.
with the meal plan, unless you go on like a steroid binge or something, I think it's gonna be like, or like really cut, like, like really cut like all the carbs and fat. I think it's impossible. So that's the other thing, like that I learned. I've gotten a lot stronger, but I haven't gotten like, oh, bulky, not at all.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of people are afraid of picking up heavier weights, thinking exactly that. They're going to
No.
get so large and it's something that will take years and years and years. And you really would have to focus on getting a lot of calories in before you would
Mhm.
ever get bulky. It's not something that anybody can do overnight by any means. There's really no fear of that.
Yeah, no, exactly. So that's another like because people have like asked me like, why aren't you worried about getting really like bulky? And I'm like, No, it's not. Trust me, trust me,
Yeah.
it's not that easy."
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
so,
it's not definitely not that easy.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I really appreciate you sharing and sitting down and talking with us today and letting everyone in on your experience. I
yeah.
really appreciate it. It was absolutely amazing to coach you and to see how dedicated you've been and how closely you followed the program, how consistent you were.
Mhm.
You gave it your all, and that's why you have the amazing results you have. So couldn't be more proud.
Thank you. And it's been really a pleasure, like knowing you. I'll be so sad when like we don't have our weekly calls.
I
Like
know.
it's gonna be so sad. It's
I
like, oh my gosh,
know.
this was like part of my life, like I'm like, what
Yeah,
now? But like I know I can do it, like going forward. But it's like I miss like, meeting with you every week and chatting with you and just exchanging experiences. So it's really like I feel like there's like a friendship building in this whole it's hard to like meet with
yes.
somebody for like month and month, every week
Yeah,
and not develop
absolutely.
some sort of relationship, right? Yeah.
100%. Yeah, you develop a relationship and a trust and you get to know each other. And I think
Yeah.
that's what sets this apart,
Yeah.
from just a coaching experience is it's you have somebody specifically assigned to you
Yeah.
who's
Yeah,
just there for
absolutely.
you and your journey and wants to help see you
Yeah.
succeed. And you suddenly don't want to let yourself down and you also don't want to let me down. And
True.
it
Yeah.
creates a scenario that's really a win-win for everybody.
I agree. And the other thing I forgot to mention is the meal plans. Like, that's what I would tell people also how customizable they are. Just so flexible. And so really I feel like I have my own meal plan. I don't have the meal plan that is mine and like
Exactly.
30 other women, right? It's like my meal plan. And
Yeah.
so I never took pictures of the food, like, or rarely, because I always ate it. And I was like, "Dang, I didn't take a picture." Yeah,
You took a
so,
picture
but
of a few, but yes,
yeah,
not
yeah,
very
yeah. I
many.
just couldn't. Like, I always forgot. But like, everything else, my like fur coats and my measurements and stuff. But man, the food, I just ate it, and I was like, dang it.
Oh, that's a good sign. That means you liked it.
It was actually really good, I have to say. So, the meal plan was always good. Like, I never felt like I'm like chewing like on kale, like and just really in like total self-denial here, like of all joy,
Right.
like it wasn't like that at all.
Yeah. I always want to make your meal plans in a way that you enjoy, right? If I wouldn't want to eat it, I wouldn't want to give it to you. I'm not going to feed you chicken, broccoli, and rice for 4 months straight, right?
Nope,
You
nope,
need
nope.
variety, you need flavor, you need things, and the ability to say, "Hey, I want this week," or "I feel like having soup," or "I feel like having,"
Yeah,
you want to be able to customize it, and that's what we're there for, to make it very specifically to how you and your family, your son, your husband want to eat as well.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So that was really good. I really like
good.
that. Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'll obviously miss the program. But also feel like in the future I can always text you if I have like questions or
Oh
something,
yes,
or like, I feel like it's not like, oh, I'm gonna be cut off and never like can reach out again. I feel like
yeah.
I
Don't
can
do that. I
always,
would not like
yeah.
that.
No, I know.
Yes, yeah.